Hello everybody and welcome to another tips and tricks video. My name is Dan Lopez and I am the Tekla PowerFab application specialist. In today's video I want to highlight a great set of reports that can give you a lot of insight to help your shop planning better for resources and for area as well because this is about material. It's the receiving reports. You may have noticed when creating a requisition or a purchase order that there is a field called promise date and it's actually right here. If you do not have it for some reason in your input, really you don't necessarily have to have that in the display fields, but I like to represent that to notice easier if I am missing the date promise for some of my items. If you don't have it here on the input side of things, just remember that you can always go through maintenance, requisitions or purchase orders, depending on where you are assigning this. It can be in any of those two stages and then simply go to the edit input fields and make sure that you move that to the included size so it's always available for you to fill in. The date promise obviously can be selected item by item, but you can also go and select a group of items or use the filters and the global edit tool. It's a very helpful tool that it's pretty much available in every other module. You can go and use that to assign the date promise. In this case, you can see I even have a shortcut for that. I will recommend you completely to do that. That's one of the tools that I utilize the most. So I can simply select the material, go with the hotkeys that I selected, and then simply go and say the date promise for these materials will be November 4. Update this, and that goes and make the assignment in my screen. So the date promise play a very important role for the receiving reports because it actually helps me to get better information out of them. If I just simply go and show you a few examples of this, I'll go and pull the expected shipment listing by week report. I'll go and pull that out in the screen. This is showing me first like right now we are October 25th. You can see that it's showing me the last week, and that's because this material has not been received, right? So I can see that that's already due. And there is another report that will actually pre-filter and only show you the materials that are already overdue. But that's the first thing that it's showing me here. Then in the actual week that we are right now, it's showing me what it's still missing based on those dates. And then all the next weeks, it's just going and showing me what I will be receiving quantities, weights, it's all in there. So I can have the area prepared, the cranes, whatever resources you may need. And it's also showing you the total cost that will represent in case you need to account also some flow or cash flow from your accounting perspective. If I close this report, this is the other one that I was talking about, the overdue shipment listing report. That actually used by itself filters what it's supposed to be already late, right? Based on the date promise, this date is passed and this is not received yet. So it filters all that material and lets you see pretty quick what you are still missing and you weren't supposed to still be missing that. Or if if you don't want to check by date, but by week, by also just by day, depending on the date promise, the expected shipment listing report can be a good option for you as well. Some of these reports are very interesting. I feel, but they are more interesting when you check more than just simply one purchase order. I can do that by going through maintenance and then in this case purchase order receiving reports, and you will see that the same group of reports will be available from there. One thing here that I like to use is my filters, right? Because if I just pull all of this, it will go through all the purchase orders that I have available here on the system. So you can filter a job in particular, you can filter certain PO numbers. I'll go and utilize the PO groups that I have. I try to group my orders by year and then by type of material. So that's what I will do right here. Go by 2021 steel purchase orders. You can filter a vendor in particular if you want. As you can see, this is just showing me all the options available. I'll go with just those two filters on the screen. Make my report. And for this example, I'll only will show up the PO summary and the overdue shipment listing. And you know what? Also the receiving list by vendor. I think those are very interesting reports that you can monitor as well. So let me just give this a second for the information to load. And all right, so this is the receiving list by vendor. And as you can see, first is showing me the name of my supplier and then all the details of the material that I'm expecting from that supplier, how much of that it was already received. and how much of that is still in back order, and it's showing you the weight and the price for that. And as you walk through that report, it will show you that information for each one of your vendors. So it's a very interesting report that you can use to control the overall numbers at the end, but also tell them exactly or have the information prepared with the details of what they are still missing for any important call with them. If I go to the next report, the PO summary, this gives you a lot of insight. This, as you remember, my filters are here on the screen. 2021 still purchase orders, so I can very quickly go all the way till the end and see what's the total of weight and money that I have spent on steel during this year, for example, right? So I can use this to give me that kind of information. And if I go back to overdue shipment listing, this is just showing me again the date promise and then by order which materials I'm still missing from and from who they were supposed to come from. So it's a lot of good information. Uh, I think these reports are very worth it to be created as an automated event, so you get this information in your email without you remembering to go and generate them. It's giving you use a lot of opportunity to check up that information. Uh, I hope this helps you. Let me know if you have any questions. Please feel free to also contact help desk in your area or your accountant representative if you have a sales question. And as always, thank you for watching.